At you in
the studio.
the same place as always.
Always.
The living room.
What
The
this is episode 3 or 4 now? Season 3 episode.
Like you said last episode, we're not gonna remember.
Yeah, we're never gonna remember. We got Mr. Bannurr Ho here on our podcast here today.
I'm cheesing real hard.
Yeah.
This shit is exciting. What's up?
Yeah, so why are you here?
Music.
Music.
Talk music.
Talk
I'm an
music.
artist over here.
Yeah, so I've known you for a while.
We have.
I've seen your craft kind of turn out the way it's become now. I mean, watching you back on the stage with the whole Liddy committee and
Dope. Thanks for not saying
yeah.
Thanks for not mentioning Envy Me.
I mean, that was actually my first experience. College sophomore year, 516. We put the Envy Me up on the TV. Watched Bannurr at the party. Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, it was like the first music video I shot.
That's
It was
pretty
at
sick.
You
Yeah.
hit it off Facebook or YouTube, didn't you?
I did it on private. Nobody
Yeah,
can see it.
I tried finding it a few times. And I
No, that's
can't
my
find
little
it. I
dirty
can't find
secret.
it. So your new album,
Yes, sir.
yeah, what's it called? Tell us.
Sad Face.
Sad Face. Why the
Yeah.
name?
The name came about when I was, it was like in May, June, when I just graduated college with my undergrad. And I was just like, I have a lot of good things happening for me, but at the same time, I don't feel fulfilled, I'm not excited. There's nothing extravaganza going on in my life. So the whole idea behind it is just being okay with not being okay. And so I was like, it's a sad face kind of deal, just kind of bummed out.
Yeah.
That is a tough thing to learn. To be okay with not being okay.
Yeah.
Well, it kind of reminds me of what Slug said about Idea in that documentary we watched about how what idea Mike Larson thought everybody had in common, and it was pain. Everybody has that in common, no matter who you are. Everybody has pain in common. That's what that kind of reminds me of.
That is true. That's kind of what sparked up the idea. Just going on Twitter, seeing people tweet, seeing what they were talking about, kind of seeing what I was going through too at the same time. And I realized there's one common theme. Like, if you look at the cover, you see like an intertwine, like two different genders kind of, looking opposite direction, but still kind of connected. And then, like you said, pain, that was the one thing that kind of stood out the most out of all, like, the 1,000 tweets I kept reading for like 3 months. Just a lot of people don't pay attention to that shit.
No.
You showed it to me. That was the album that you were showing me, right? When we were gaming a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
That was fucking dope. That one song that you were hooked on. What was it called?
That's the first one.
It's a beggars can't choose.
Yo.
Dude, that song is.
But I regret fucking with you.
Yo.
That's a good
That's
song.
great. Thank
I
you.
like that a
Thank
lot,
you.
man.
I honestly, and I'm gonna be honest with you, and I think I've told you this before, your music before never was something that I was super down with. Like, I loved watching you perform. You are so much fun on stage to watch perform. But this newest album, like, if you can combine the two, which you honestly did with this album, like, I was looking forward to listening to it. I'd listened to it, and I was like, wow, I actually like relate to this album. Like, I see. I talked to you about like lyrics and stuff, and
You did, yeah.
Your lyrics before were lacking compared to this album. What drove that change?
When I first started doing music, and my brother here can vouch for me, I used to write it in my bedroom, and it used to be like my form of escape,
Oh yeah.
I can create this whole new world where I'm popping bottles in a club, I'm driving fancy cars, but I'm just in a suburb in Maple Grove chilling in a room. And one of the things that I refuse to do with my music is show any form of vulnerability. Like, I did not want anybody knowing me, the real me, through my music.
Right.
If you want to, kick it with me, chat, we can do that. But to pour my heart out and make it that serious, I didn't want to do that because music was my escape from reality. And so for the longest, everything that I wrote about was just plain, surface, made up. But for this project, even though all of the stories on it is not my own story, I felt like it was time to really, the only way I could have, made it from step A, from, the sad face, era to something more upbeat and healthy was to, let it out. And I go for counseling in school, and so that's the one thing you have to do. You have to get help too as a counselor. People don't know that. And so for once with this project, I was like, okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna open up. It doesn't have to be 100% right away because we don't want to rush the process, but we're gonna test the waters a little bit. That's why you get songs like Don, my hate song. You get songs like The Come Up, even Skeletons. Those and the funny thing about it though is those songs came out super easy for me to write the lyrics to. It was just once I started writing, it was just flowing, and so I was like, and it kind of felt good. But I knew it this wasn't me. I shouldn't keep doing this. But at that time, it felt right. And so seeing how people reacted to it and how people are liking it is a proud moment for me.
And just so you guys know, we will have links to his music in the description down below. And can we put links in SoundCloud too?
Oh yeah.
Okay, we'll have links on SoundCloud too. So we'll make sure that you guys can listen to this guy because this album is fucking fantastic.
It is really good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. The first song, the intro, Free,
Yep.
that just reminded me of an ex-girlfriend of mine. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I got you.
Just got Nolan in the fields.
Yeah, it got me in the feels. Like, this is my entire mindset or thought process listening to that song was like what I felt like when I was with her. And like the whole I'm hardly seeing my crew or whatever the line is.
Yeah, like when you get into relationships, it gets to that point where sometimes you have to sacrifice your friendships.
Oh yeah.
Just to build up that relationship so you don't lose something that could potentially be good. I fell victim to that shit too, and so when I was writing this song, I started off like a club banger. The first line that popped in my head was, maybe I should pop an X for my ex bitch. But then once I started piecing the lyrics together, shit got real. But yeah, it's just the whole concept behind it, Nolan, is just you want to break free from that, and it's just not intimate relationship. It can go to platonic relationships too, where you got some buddies that you hang out with all the time, and you have a fallout, and they're not around no more. But the beer that you drink, you guys used to drink it together. So then when you're drinking that beer, you're thinking about them. You don't want to do that. Or a certain kind of outfit, certain kind of sports. Like, something will pop up and those people pop up in your head.
Oh, yeah.
And then next thing you know, 20 minutes later, you catch yourself and you're like, bro, I've been thinking about old shit for like the past 20 minutes. And so that's what Free was really about, is like saying, hey, I need to let go of those toxic memories. I need to, grow again. I need to recreate myself. My identity was based off of these people, whether it's an ex or an old friend, or even parents sometimes, or anything that has people attached to it that made you who you are at this moment, but then you can no longer move on because you're trapped. Free is saying, look, you gotta cut that cord. You gotta snip it right there and then move on. You gotta start over. It's not easy, but that's why it's called freedom.
And I think anybody can relate to that, really.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, like you said, it's not.
Especially our age.
Yeah.
For sure.
For sure at our age.
Like 18, even 16 to like mid-20s.
Even probably early 30s.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Like,
for
that's a
sure,
lot of
anybody
things
that
people
age,
don't
and
do.
even older, like they probably don't even listen to hip-hop music, but they can relate to that shit.
Mhm.
I mean, that kind of thing happens to people all the time.
Yeah, one thing that and this is probably the worst way to describe your sound on this album, but like I call that kind of like singing like songs ugly singing.
Yeah.
Like it sounds good, but it's like
Oh,
ugly
man.
singing. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It reminds me of grime. It reminds me of some grime rap.
It does kind of remind me of
UK
grime rap.
rap.
Like it makes
grunge.
you cringe when you hear some
Yeah.
of the notes. You're like,
It's like grungy. I like that.
But
stuff.
it's I like it. It's
raw.
like it's
It's raw.
ugly, but it's great at the same time.
and I'm glad you brought that up. I'm really glad you brought it up because I was working on a previous project before Sad Face, and that's when I discovered like, yo, maybe I can actually sing. I threw it on SoundCloud. It was called For the Thrill, and I was like, oh, I can actually do the singing thing. Okay, cool. So the next project I make, I have to do clean singing. But for and then like future projects, I'll do better singing. I promise. Because I sing everywhere, shower, walking to class, and all that. I sing a lot. But for this sad face, I remember telling my homie, LIBT, I was like, yo, if I do beautiful singing on this, it's gonna defeat the whole purpose.
Yeah.
We need raw. If you listen to the intro for it's like, I've been inspired in a raw, unfiltered type way. It needs to be raw. Like, yeah, I'm going to get drunk as fuck while recording it 2 songs a day off that 40 hours, but look, it needs to be ugly because that's the only way these emotions will get captured the right way.
I agree with you.
It is raw, for sure.
I
love that shit.
I
That's
think
awesome.
how raw the singing is too. Just like when I get like I feel emotions coming out of me when I'm listening to that song, and I think that ugly singing is what really does it. Like the beats, I think on top of it as well,
They're good
do it as
too.
well. Yeah, the beats are really good.
Yeah.
Who did those for you?
I'm going to get a lot of shit for this, but I get my beats off YouTube still.
Okay.
Or mostly BeatStar. So you start off on BeatStar or YouTube. You find a producer. You can find them. Like for example, the free beat. I found that first on YouTube, and I looked up the producer name. Shout out Gage Graham, by the way. Then I went on BeatStar, and I was like, all right, he's on BeatStar. This is the beat. Purchased it, and then moved on from there.
Dope.
I got some homies who are producers who are like, dude, stop fucking with the YouTube beats. And I'm like, the beat just spoke to me. Until y'all can make some, instrumentals that really knock me off my feet.
I'm sure there's some bad ones on there, but the ones you chose, like, they work perfectly for what you were doing.
Exactly.
Thank you.
So, what was your favorite song off the Sad Face album?
I knew that question would come up, and I thought about it. To be honest, every song on there, not to sound cliche, but every song has a part of me that makes it my favorite. The guy who did the mixing and mastering, ATR, he did some kind of effects on Free. Like after I sing the first time, there's like a Kanye distortion kind of going on there. When he first played me that, I was like, whoa, this song is my favorite. And then with Done, you have that, the deep voice in the background.
Yep.
And the way I said, dun, dun, dun. Just the
Oh
way
my
I
God,
sang
just
it.
hearing it right now makes me want to listen to this song.
That made it my favorite. Or like with Done, when I go, we did the skit in the middle right before the second verse, and it goes, now you heard I'm with someone new. That line right there hits me. So then it makes that song my favorite. Then his song is like, bitch, you got me fucked up. Boom. So it's like all of these songs. And Beautiful was one of those songs where as soon as you hear the no more, that's like saying, yo, we're not going back to these deep thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
We're not, or Scallington, it's just, it does sound cliche, but I had a chance.
The whole project.
I had a chance to listen to these. So I got done with the recordings in May, mid-June, tops. And it didn't get released till November. I had to listen to this project a lot.
Oh, I bet.
Throughout the whole mixing process, the mastering. So by the time I got to release it, all of those songs grew on me. So yes, they're all my baby. If I was to pick one of them, I would say, to be honest, Free.
Yeah.
Free
Free is definitely
Free
my
will take
favorite
the
song.
cake.
I mean, I like Done too. Both those songs just remind me of like past relationships,
Oh, yeah.
so it's just like they speak to me on that. But yeah, I was honestly when you first sent me the Dropbox to listen to the songs, I was like, wow.
Rough copy too.
Yeah, rough copy, but I felt honored to be able to listen to that. And
Thank you.
I was just like, wow, like he knows how harsh I am on lyrics and music, and he's even letting me listen to this before it comes out. So I thought that was great. But on that note, should we take a little break here?
Let's do it up.
All right, we'll be back.
All right, perfect.
We've all been there though, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got nights with you, Banner, where you think you're right, and I'm like, yo.
Wasn't that graduation night?
You
A little side note, the morning after graduation on spring night, when I got kicked out of the press, I woke up the next day and I wrote a song called My Hate Song.
Oh, you wrote that after?
I wrote that the next day. I woke up drunk in my bed, feeling shitty about my shitty behavior, and I was like, I need to, express this. So the lyrics you hear from Hate Song, the chorus actually was supposed to go as "You knew me, you don't know me no more." Because somebody tweeted that. If you haven't talked to me in 6 months, you don't know me no more. You knew me. That was the original idea behind Hate Song, but then it turned into my hate song. Like, one of the good things that came from that night was that the relationship between me and my brother got stronger. And one of my best friends, I'm going to be his wedding. Yep, that's my brother.
He's this brother right
Henry
here.
Bannerman, that's behind the camera, known as Bannurr.
Shout out Henry Bannerman.
Little Red Backpack Visual. I always say that wrong. But those were the two people who tolerated my shit that night. But then, you wake up the next morning and
you forgot about one. You forgot about one.
That's right. Nolan was there too on the sidewalk after I lost my shirt at the press, and he listened to me right. I was like, Nolan, just listen. Don't speak. Just let me get this out. He stood there the entire time in his flowery shirt, and he just listened.
I had a fucking yellow fucking flowered ass shirt on. Yeah.
You did amazing that night. So 2 things that I learned from that night. It's okay to screw up.
Yep.
But most importantly, it's okay to acknowledge the people who stuck around while you were screwing up.
Yep.
So Hate Song seemed really bitter, but I had to put a bitter twist to it because Sad Face required that, hey, make this song relationship related.
Yep.
But really, Hate Song was like me letting out that stain that I was allowed to the previous night. Some people in my life was like, look, you have a lot of pressure on you. You're acting an ass right now, but we're not going to walk away. So the Hate Song was mainly, it sparked up from like, Salt. But then whenever I listen to it now, I think about that night that said, hey, you're human. You're not happy right now. You're lashing out. And it's okay. Tomorrow, we'll be back.
And that happens to everybody.
It happens to everyone.
And that's probably why anybody who likes hip hop or anything like that listens to your album, that album, or that mixtape, whatever you want to call it. They can relate to it. That's fucking awesome. At least those songs that we listened to while we were gaming that one night, and it was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And I didn't think it would be, honestly, I was like, it's coming from, a kid our age, coming from Maple Grove, St. Cloud, Minnesota.
Yeah. And
I'll listen to it, but
some things rappers, like artists, not just rappers, don't tell you to is like sometimes when they make these songs, it's not even reflecting on somebody else. Sometimes it's just them looking in a mirror and putting out their own.
It's like a journal. Yeah, it's like a journal or like a diary, if you want to call it that. But you're putting it out in your own words, your own way, for other people to listen to and enjoy, in which Nolan and I definitely did.
Right, and wear flowery shirts.
And wear flowery shirts.
It makes you happier.
It does. Well, we lost our logo,
yeah,
so maybe it's time to end this one.
This is a great
podcast, but I got one thing to say real quick. Let me be ignorant tonight.
What's up? Talk.
Let me be ignorant tonight. Let me be ignorant tonight.
Let us know what's up.
No. That's just what you were saying that
night. Is that what you were saying?
I was like, look, I'm always the nice guy. I'm always chill. But tonight though, let me be ignorant. Let me be like I'm a nigga too. Let me show my nigga tendency. Like
I was laughing I wasn't laughing. I was trying not to laugh because you were so mad.
You know me in a more subtle way. But no, I was really thinking I was like super Negro. Like I was about to beat up the house. I try to squat up against big people. Pretty face were getting fucked up.
Well, I am glad that I can
baby maker, man.
Well,
don't hurt that baby maker.
Hey, well, I'm glad I can call you my friend. I'm glad you came on tonight.
Hell yeah!
Thank you.
Yes.
Come on again soon.
Yes.
Gotta have Dom on. You both.
Yeah, at the same time.
We got more content coming up, so there'll be a lot of me around. Trust,
awesome.
Consistency.
Awesome. Well. Fucking awesome.
Thanks for having me. This has been a great experience. It went by really fast though. I'm kind of
it does. It literally does.
We'll make sure when we get you and Dom on, we'll go for like 2 hours.
Dom, you hearing this? Yeah. 2 hours. You better
2 hours.
Better get your pipes ready.
We're gonna have people serving us food. And,
we're getting shit catered. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna get this catered.
We're getting the Chinese buffet. The Chinese buffet.
Okay.
That's not a bad idea. Let's talk to them about it.
I love Chinese.
Yeah, me too.
Hell yeah.
All right, but on that note, that's another episode of the Abstract Project.
Out of here.
We out.
Out. Woohoo! Peace.